Now, before we get into some NFL talk this week, we had a big match. You guys were talking about a big fantasy match last week.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know what took place with this fantasy match.
Let me set the stage here real quick. So we're all in a fantasy league together. I'm sure a lot of people heard it last week. And Chris has a pretty dominant team, and Chris was sailing into the playoffs, and my team was a little up and down all year. I won a bunch in a row, lost a bunch in a row. I managed to beat Ray in the final week of the regular season to sneak into the playoffs as the 6th seed.
Just barely beat me.
Was it?
Yeah, he just barely beat me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was very close.
That's when you got 70 points from Alex Smith.
That's right. And then 12 points from the rest of his
12
team.
from the rest.
So anyway, I get into the first round of the playoffs, not expecting to do anything, and somehow I get past the first round of the playoffs, and I have to face Chris here, right? So we talked about it on the show last week. I didn't think I had any chance to win this. But whatever, we'll give it a shot. Anything can happen in fantasy sports. And we decided, all right, let's make a little bit of a bet. And the bet was Chris has owed me 24 beer for about 4 months. And
I thought
was it 12 beer? It was 12 beer. He owed you.
No, it's 24.
Over Romo, you owed him 24? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
So I said, all right, well,
I was virtually giving you this beer.
Right.
You didn't give me any odds.
If I remember correctly, you made a very strong argument that Romo was coming back.
You were remembering wrong again. I said, I'll go in on that one. I didn't say he was 100, but I did bet. I was wrong on it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as a lock as what my team was on this week. This week I did the Ric Flair. Yeah. I did the full Ric Flairism.
So long story short, the bet was Chris would only have to give me 12 of those 24 beer if he beat me, because I figured that would up my chances of actually seeing a beer. By the way, he showed up here tonight 24 beer short. So still haven't seen the beer.
Still no beer.
Daughter's recital.
And then the other thing was, if I was to win, he would have to deliver that beer and do a couple tablespoons of the sauce, of the Reaper sauce. So he posts a picture on Facebook, starts talking a bunch of trash, wanting to raise some drama that isn't there. I didn't think I was going to win. He wants to have a little, grade school spat on this thing.
That's great.
So whatever, he's having his fun on Facebook. Finally on Friday, I said, you know what? Look, I'm not going to play your games on this, but listen, karma sucks, and you're acting a fool. And your quarterback's Phillip Rivers, and every year, and I believe this is how I put it, every year when Phillip Rivers does well enough that he enters the MVP conversation, he shits the bed. He falls asleep. He has a terrible game. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, you just said a bad word with your mom.
That's all right. So, long story short, the bed he shot indeed.
He did.
And Chris...
Alan was... Alan didn't do so well because of Rivers' game.
Yeah. Well, so long story short is, even though this is only half the bet, here's what's going to happen. Chris is going to down 3 tablespoons of the Carolina Reaper sauce. And this lovely Moose Light right here, it's freezing cold. It just came in from outside. No touchy. No touchy.
Come on.
Don't even look at it.
That's not even fair. This
is how I usually test the sauce. I do a little dab. I touch it right to my...
man.
That's hot sauce.
You might want to do it.
Ow. There's tablespoon 1.
Look at that heaping spoonful.
That's 1. 2 to go. Woo!
Did he take it already?
Take it easy there, buddy.
There's only 2
more. Whoa!
Let's go! Come on, let's go!
This is
awesome. Have to take a break for this.
This is the Carolina Reaper. Is this 3 coming up?
Let's go.
This is just 2.
This is 2.
I think we're going to take this in stages.
Let's go. 1 more, and I'll give you 30 seconds.
All right. Yeah. That one was like overflowing. I think I get a half of one. The next one.
Yeah. I'll go easy on you.
You went like right over the rim.
I'll go. Stop stalling. Let's go. All right, this last one will go easy on you.
It gets better.
It's delicious. It really is.
We'll go with that for number 2.
It's got some meat.
All right, let's do this.
Oh man!
All right, so Chris, you have to down that in the next 45 seconds, and Ray, let's break down some games. What are we going to talk?
Break down some games.
Yeah, what are we doing? Woo!
Let's let him catch his breath.
Well done, sir. Well done. Hey, Chris, here, hold that for a second.
5 minutes.
Hold that. Cheers.
Cheers. There's your done right sauce. Carolina Reapers.
I'll tell you.
Oh my God.
For my brother, that's a delicious sauce. It's hot.
You're sweating around the eyes. That's called crying.
I can't believe it. I'm just going to go on the record right now. There is no way I could have done what you just did there. I have total respect the fact that you got all 3 into you with no drink. Oh my God, there's no way I could have done that.
I am truly fired up. Now we can bring on the Pittsburgh call.
All right.